So the banana splits, I feel like before we did this musical, there was so many comments for so long to do the banana splits. I don't know if it was on LHugueny as well, but on E.I.E, people were telling us to tell you to make banana splits the musical. Right, I think before the movie even came out, when it was announced or something, people were just like, banana splits, and we never knew what it was.
I think you were gonna say apparently it used to be like a.
Oh no, it was the kids TV show, like way back in like the late '60s, like a normal, non-homicidal.
Yeah.
But it's crazy. I wonder how that license works, where it was an actual show and now they kind of made a horror movie about it. Is it the same like what they did with Pooh, where like the copyright just went on the public domain?
I thought they owned the copyright and they just like, screw it. And with all the popularity of these weird mascots being homicidal, I mean, we might as well cash in. I mean, I feel like Banana Splits, the horror, would not have existed without Five Nights at Freddy's.
True. Five Nights at Freddy's was a huge like pioneer for the animatronic horror genre, I feel like. And now you can't do anything with horror animatronic and then your Five Nights ripoff.
Yeah. And Five Nights at Freddy's wouldn't have existed without, I mean, I don't know if you're familiar with it in South Africa, but there's this place called Chuck E. Cheese in the United States.
Yeah.
And, oh man, they used to freak me out as a kid, but my parents would always take me and everybody, and those animatronics were always all busted. And none of the kids wanted to see the animatronics. Like.
No, because I saw even in the US, there's the Rainforest Cafe. That's also just like animatronics of like real animals in the restaurant. And I'm like, why is America so obsessed with animatronics? But then again, in South Africa, there's some restaurants where you can go and then you can see live animals. I'm like, we're in Africa, so here they were like, we don't need animatronics. There's like an ostrich. Watch it while you eat. Nice aerial shot for the background.
Use a good drone for that. Oh man, this song, it's like so melancholic. I didn't honestly even need to make this an LHugueny song. I think like COVID was like just starting to like break out and I was like, oh great, I'm gonna be trapped in the city in this tiny apartment. I just like wrote this instrumental. I was like really depressed and like drunk one night and and then I just sat on it for a while and I was like, wait a sec. And then we're doing Banana Splits. It was one of those times I was like, I just didn't have it in me to even like compose anything. And I was like, wait, this is actually pretty good for a musical.
Okay, well, it's cool.
This is something you just wrote in your free time and then sort of turned it into the Banana Split song.
Yeah, I just added the lyrics afterwards. I think the instrumental just lived on my hard drive for like a few months and
that's very cool.
Has that happened with like other videos as well, where you've maybe had the instrumental done before?
Yeah, I feel like, God, I can't think of any off the top of my head right now. Some like old Call of Duty ones from like 2013 as well, that I literally had this song for a while. Because I used to be in a band like, oh my God, like 20 years ago. And I had written a few things and then we just never ended up using them or publishing them. And it was a lot harder back then to publish stuff on iTunes. And then the band broke up and no one like did anything with the songs. And so the instrumentals that I had, I just kind of like reworked them a little bit and then turned them into like Mob of the Dead, the musical, and then Die Rise, the musical, Buried, the musical. Yeah, those were just like things I'd literally written in like 6 years, 7 years prior.
That's awesome. Do you find yourself making less like music in your free time now because you have to do it for YouTube?
Yeah, I know. I like never had. YouTube the algorithm is just such a beast that'll eat you if you don't keep feeding it. And like, but yeah, I guess the important thing is they say, don't consume too much in life because you'll never create anything. But it's almost like if you create too much, and you don't consume anything, you'll have nothing left to like
inspire you.
Yeah, and then yeah, I mean, if you want to make a good musical, you got to enjoy the thing that you're making it about.
That's true.
No, that's
very interesting.
But that's dope to hear that like this was just one of your own songs and then you turned it into this. That's cool.
Yeah, I think instrumental-wise is probably like one of my favorites.
Of course. I saw a lot of people when I was scrolling through the comments a little bit now, they were like, oh, this still bangs, or this is still so good. So yeah, that's awesome.
I'm always so happy to see that. Oh God, there's like flash. I'm starting to remember what happens. This movie's so messed up.
I actually really enjoyed this movie. It was so silly. I didn't expect to enjoy it as well, but the silliness to it added to it for me.
Yeah, likewise. I didn't think I was gonna like it. I was just like really pleasantly surprised by the end.
Funny enough, I actually rewatched this movie like yesterday.
Oh wow! So you like?
So I'm like this is fresh in my brain because yesterday when I rewatched it, I was like, oh wait, I can't remember too much. And then as it started unfolding, unfolding. I'm like, cool, okay, I remember the whole movie now. And I still like it. I feel like it was very like stylized, the movie as a whole.
Yeah.
Because it was very like practical effects and like.
Yeah, there were tons of practical effects. Yeah, they didn't do much CG, if any, right?
It was good. Like, I actually enjoyed it. That's what I was even saying with the Willy's one. Same with the Banana Splits. I'd like to see the second, like a sequel to Willy's Wonderland or Banana Split.
Yeah. I mean, I thought they set Banana Splits up to have a sequel, but
So
the
let's
girl
hope.
on the right, she becomes the owl character, right? And then
Yeah.
So it's she's gonna get like revenge or something.
oh,
Or
wait, did all the animatronics got wasted? But they're animatronics; they can be rebuilt. They can
be
come back.
revenge.
I just can remember now, E.I.E one, she escaped with, I think, oh no, someone else escaped with like Woody and Buzz. So I'm like, that's not relevant information.
The manager, Rebecca, we made her escape.
Hey, the dad's just having an affair on his phone.
Oh yeah.
It's my birthday. It's all about me. Celebrate with my friend and my family. Got tickets to my fave show on TV. The best present ever. Can't wait to see. Is it just me, or does our son seem homo? Normal kids his age don't obsess with the show.
Oh, I wouldn't
I'm
fly
too busy
anymore.
to care much anyway. Too busy sexting my assistant every day.
Two influencer lovers doing our jobs, live streaming our lives for our follower mobs.
Popping the question. Will she say yes or laugh? Once the celebration's over, get cut in half. There's something important that I need to share.
Oh man,
This is
the
last
gore in
episode
this
ever.
video didn't get age restricted, but it got the yellow monetization button.
Oh, okay.
But it was
Limited
only for the
ads.
first week, and they reviewed it and they actually remonetized it.
Oh wow.
Strangely enough, it keeps happening where they'll like limited ads or 18 plus one of our compilations, and then every video in the compilation is fine. And I'm like, I don't want to go make a tweeting thing with YouTube because I'm like, YouTube can always demonetize more things. So I don't want to be that YouTube person that's like, hey, YouTube, you treating me unfairly, and then YouTube's just like, it could be worse.
Yeah, well, keep talking like that, and you'll be wishing this is all got demonetized.
Yeah, but that never makes sense to me because I'm like, the 3D, more like scary things where it's realistic and like unsettling. Like even when we were watching the Peppa Pig thing, it's like very nightmare feel things where I'm like, as an adult, if I was a bit drunk or something, it would like make me feel uneasy, you know?
Yeah.
Where I'm like, these of ours, it's a Rick and Morty type thing where it's supposed to be funny. There's nothing about it that makes you want to go do acts of violence. I don't know.
Yeah, it's super goofy. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
It's silly more than anything. So it's like, yeah, no.
Someone gets stabbed and the eyes go sideways. I'm like, where's the like graphicness of that, you know?
unsettling realism.
No, I don't think that'll ever stop grinding my gears. YouTube just being mean to us for just making like pretty much scary movie content.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that now they just assume it's animated, so they judge it very harshly because all animated things are only for kids. I mean, that's how they look at it.
Which Dylan and I keep having this conversation. We're like, especially a lot of the stuff on the E.I.E channel, it's about horror movies. I'm like, and the horror movies are like 16 plus or whatever. So it's not like the kids are finding it through other things. It's literally like if you want to watch Chucky fight Annabelle, both of those things are horror movies. So I don't know if you're watching Chucky versus Annabelle, how you found it if you're not looking for horror movies, you know?
Yeah,
Exactly
So
that.
I can rant
Doesn't
about
make-
this for hours.
likewise.
It doesn't make sense at all.
It's over, get cut in half. There's something important that I need to share. This is the last episode that'll ever air. It's finished. Viewers are getting bored. Ratings are low, can't be ignored.
It's like YouTube does. Can't wait till we can buy like a Tesla Optimus robot. I'm dressing mine up in one of these costumes immediately.
Oh, yeah, that would be crazy. So, no, also just watching this now, I'm like, while I was watching the movie, I kept replaying this in like my head because I'm like, I remember this better than I remember the movie. So I'll see Stevie. I'm like, I remember how Stevie looked in the animated version. Oh, no, that's funny. Because I also saw like this video, especially, there was a lot of people like redrawing frames from the video.
Yeah, I saw that too. There's a lot of fan art.
Yeah, and that's always cool. I'm like, no matter even if it's a stick drawing, I'm like, that's cool. I appreciate someone just taking the time to watch something we made and then being like, I'm gonna try and draw something inspired by this. Very
Yeah,
cool.
take that much effort.
Back to this man drinking his wine.
a brand deal from a liquor company one day.
Program my babies to please the fans, and ill-mannered producers who get his cat. This is my life
Sorry.
without a fight.
Random thing. When I was rewatching this movie, this guy sounded strangely South African.
He did though. When I remember
Is the
that.
actor?
I have no idea. I wanted to Google it, but I couldn't find my phone last night. But it was like I was like, sometimes if someone's from a weird part in the UK or a weird part in Australia, it's hard to figure out. But I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's definitely not like American. And he had a beard. I'm like, that just makes me feel like a big South African person looking beard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Animatronics don't know what's wrong or right. His daughter's a star.
Oh, do you guys see here on the board here? I wrote
Drawing
like
board, yeah, the little
LHugueny, and then I wrote E.I.E there.
with the
Just
little heart. Hit that like button.
I don't know. I was just drawing random squiggles, and I was like, oh, let me just add some actual like things in here.
Fine, won't
that's
stop trying to let
I
everybody
honestly
know
didn't
for
even notice
mine.
that till
That
now.
Yeah, I do some little things here and there in backgrounds. I try and squeeze stuff in, but also stuff that isn't like too obvious. Even with like the graffiti on that we use for like Terminator and I think one of the
Yeah.
Chucky musicals. Like I made like LHugueny and E.I.E graffiti for it, and then just put those in the background.
Yeah, that
Just
graffiti looked was sweet. It was serious business.
No, yeah, it's just like little small life hacks to put things in videos.
His tail is plain went up in flames. Literally, his face is burnt and muddy.
My fiance is dead. Why didn't I record? Imagine how many views that would have scored. Who will watch my vlogs? They had all the subs. I gotta
Yeah, you know
have
that's what
payback
she was
against
saying.
those subs.
But don't hurt Snorky, we'll be FFs. He'll help us to defeat the rest. An elephant is just the best. Assist us in surviving this slaughter fest.
I mean, that ended up working in that kid's favor, but honestly, like, I can understand everyone else's skepticism in trusting any of them.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, I wouldn't have. I would have been, like, scared. But I guess Snorky was always kind of cute from the beginning. Even when we put him in our videos and we gave him a voice, people were, like, freaking out.
It's a she, by the way. Snorky,
Oh,
when I watched
Snorky,
the
a
movie.
she.
I never knew that when I watched the movie like yesterday. The main kid was like, oh, something about her, and then her, and I was like, oh, okay. At least our voice for it was like very like it could have gone either way. It was a very like
Yeah, oh, that's cool.
because sometimes you miss things like that. Like, well, there's so many aspects, and then you'll just miss this small detail, and then people get so angry.
Yeah, God, they sure do. No mercy. There's one clean decapitation. Oh yeah, she kills him, that's right.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Only a human on human murder.
Take it down to Hamlet Town, because you completed the course with an ugly frown. This killing spree is no programming malfunction. This is how we file an angry
It's like the voice of
injunction.
Tigger from Winnie the Pooh.
I was about to be like, that sounds so familiar, but I can't place it. But it fits the character so well. I'm always amazed by like your voice acting range as well. Like, it's so cool. Like 600 videos later and like still finding like new impressions to bring characters to life. It's very cool.
Just the extreme ones.
No, it's really cool. I wouldn't be able to make my voice go like so different.
To decide your fate. Tear off Andy's limbs, but he don't appreciate
that-
Time to rest
jeez.
down.
That was the demonetization they did.
Right there.
That was it. Yeah, now they have a thing like when they talk about monetizing, it's dismemberment is one of the things. So yeah.
Oh, really?
But I'm like,
Yeah.
they dismember like Legos. It's not even like.
To decide your
Yeah.
fate. Tear off Andy's limbs, but he don't appreciate.
I think it might be a little bit of the blood as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but back then they didn't have that specific, so you know, and they say like animated and game violence is fine. So
Exactly. I would have thought like our animation violence falls under exactly the same as gaming violence, and even like gaming violence can even be more realistic than like. I mean, these are all points that I've drawn with a computer and a mouse. It's shapes.
Yeah.
Bunch of
Oh,
shapes.
yeah. I'll go to law school, dude. Go to law school, take YouTube to court.
Yeah, I talked to a lawyer actually, and he said because we were getting so many copyright claims, and then also this company wanted to invest in LHugueny. I mean, it didn't end up doing it because it was kind of shady. But one of the things this lawyer said is like, there's one company that you just, neither I nor any lawyers will sue, and it's Google. You just can't win.
Yeah, like they've got money to drag it out until like the next 300 years. Like
Look
they
up
don't
this
care.
company called Netlist. YouTube straight up stole massive patents that have made them billions of dollars, and it seems like they will win the lawsuit, but YouTube has pushed it out for 10 years now as they continue to use their patents. It's insane.
That's so interesting. Oh, that's weird.
Our overlords. I'm sorry, YouTube. I'm just kidding. Please.
Yeah. YouTube, if you're
Shit,
listening, we
nothing.
love you.
It's just a
The
joke.
algorithm.
It's a prank, bro.
Give it tries this because he's soft for children.
Oh yeah, it's all milky. This is the best part of the song, in my opinion.
Yeah, dude, it's a vibe. It's like a guitar solo following the same melody as the lyrics.
Oh yeah.
And that bass as well.
Yeah. I always like wished for that. I mean, VidCon always like turned us down. We like tried to pitch it a few times, but to do like a live LHugueny show would be so much fun.
The audience would have loved that. That would be so cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. I
Like
just want
this
to leave
song
it
would
on
for sure be on the set list because it's just too good to do live. It's actually like pretty simple too. Other than like the one synthesizer, it's just literally just guitar, bass, drums.
Yeah.
I wonder what the copyright law is for like the back in the day when you used to parody the actual songs for streaming that on Twitch. Because I saw what
Yeah.
PewDiePie did recently. Just did like a constant stream of all his content just on Twitch. I'm like, music is a different game because that's, I don't know. Twitch
Yeah,
is
you
also
never
just
know.
weird. Twitch is weird.
Yeah, I haven't dabbled in Twitch in a long time.
No, for sure. I heard he got like banned and stuff got taken down from there.
I heard that as well, but then also it's weird because apparently Twitch is the ones that like kind of asked him to do it.
Oh, weird.
Wow.
So it's like,
Did he say like he streamed all of his content, including the N-word incident?
I think they might have cut that one out. But this
Yeah.
video as well, the banana splits one was such a fun one. I can't remember was it only the Willy's Wonderland one where the crew and the director was like, oh, that's a great, like the whole crew watched the video and
Wait, Willy's Wonderland? Wait, did you tell me that?
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's like the director still I think he follows me on Twitter now because he still tweeted out they watched the video, him and like the whole crew, and they thought it was like very funny.
That's
and
like-
then
Yeah.
and I was like, that's mind blowing. I think that was
Seriously.
Willy's Wonderland, yeah.
That's insane. That's only the second time that's ever happened. Then I had the guy who voiced Frank Woods from the original Black Ops said that the whole team at Activision were like watching it and they were into it. And then since then I just never thought anyone. Yeah, that's so cool.
And with Blood and Honey as well, they also watched it. And then they made like a whole meme about it. I still sent the meme to Dylan. He's like, that's a lot of text. Someone had to sit down and make this whole meme for like 10 minutes just to be like...
That just made my
and-
day. Seriously, it was amazing.
And like the fact that they went and made such an obscure meme as well of like the Patrick Bateman. I wasn't into the earlier stuff, but this new stuff like rocks. And then it's like the picture of the musical, and they tag all of us in it. And I'm like, that's so cool.
Rad. Oh my god.
And then stuff like that just makes me wonder why more movies like this, when it comes out, doesn't just partner with creators or like channels like LHugueny, where it's like Dead Meat James does it all the time on the Dead Meat channel, where a new Scream will come out night and they'll send him the movie
He was in
to
Scream
DB.
5, right? Like, didn't they?
Yeah, there's this one metal band. Wasn't he in like Ice Nine Kills something as well? Because
Yeah.
it's this one metal band that also pretty much just does live action. All their music videos are based on horror movies.
When
And
I was
I'm
a
like,
maker, I was always pushing them to, because they tried to give us a brand deal with Universal for Pacific Rim. I'm like, come on, they make Jurassic World, like, and in the new Jurassic World, they had some YouTuber in it, in like a cameo, and I was like, you can't just have them quickly switch from like, yeah. But maybe, yeah, but at least it's promising, though. I mean, that those two studios already, acknowledged our work. I mean, it's probably
yeah,
just only a matter of time.
because apparently Blood and Honey, that crew is gonna make a bunch more. There's like a Bambi one in the works, and there's
Sweet.
so that keeps our content flowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for
Alright.
sure.
But yeah, no, that was great.
That was a lot
looking
of
back
fun.
at This one.
That was a lot of
Yes,
fun.
during the COVID days.
Was this at
That's
the
when-
start of COVID, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe this came out like right when things were.
This was the
first wave
2nd
was
of August.
easing.
2020, yeah. This is like just when we moved houses, I think, to the new place that we stay in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I think that was like
This-
in the midst of COVID, in the
In the midst of COVID. Yeah, hectic. But we've come a long way. In those 2 years, I feel like we've made like at least 20 more animations.
Yeah, we made so many. God, I if I'd like list them all to save my life, I don't know if I like this.
And these ones did so well as well. These Banana Splits and Willy's Wonderland ones as well.
Yeah.
They did really well. I'm stoked to do more of them. So I just hope they come out with more movies and things. Because the Megan one was also quite good, but we've did a couple videos about Megan now thinking it was going to do a lot better and not really the results we wanted.
I think Megan came and gone. It came and went quickly.
Too quick, yeah. There wasn't like enough long-term hype like Annabelle and stuff like that, where Annabelle is still a franchise, I guess.
Yeah.
But hey, if all else fails, we've got the Meg 2 coming up.
Yeah, that's a guaranteed thing, right? For sure. I'm like already mentally like I'm like studying the trailers, trying to.
And isn't there a new Jurassic World also coming out? It feels like they're making one of those, like a new one every year.
Weren't they doing the last one sometime soon already, did it?
The Dominion came out last summer. That was delayed a year because of COVID, though. But then they had that Netflix show. So with that, I just made one about every season of that. But I mean, obviously they're gonna keep pumping them out. They're just money printers. But
Oh well, I feel like we'll know.
yeah,
We'll keep an eye out if they do something. We'll be short on their heels.
Was that a good trip down memory lane for you guys as well? And thanks so much to Logan for joining us.
Yeah,
it's
thank
a
you so
pleasure.
much.
And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe because it really helps out, and you get to see all sorts of new crazy content like this in the future because we are gonna be doing more, baby.
Exactly. And let us know if we should react to more LHugueny videos with Logan.
Yeah,
that would be a lot
you
of
should, but I
fun.
won't know unless you comment.
And as always,
Stay awesome.
and stay tuned.
We'll see you guys in the next one. Cool.